Hello, my name is Jisso and I'm reading Master Dōgen Shōbōgenzō, and we are on chapter 50, Shoho-Jisso, which means all Dharmas are real form, and it's quite a tough read, even by Dōgen standards. The Tathagata speaks, we're on paragraph 213. The Tathagata speaks of preaching for others the seal of real form in the Lotus Sutra. Let me interpret this. He practices for others the seal of real form. He hears for others the seal of real nature, and he experiences for others the seal of real body. We should investigate these words like this, and we should, his words like this, and we should perfectly realize them like this. The state they indicate is, for example, like a pearl spinning around a bowl, and like the bowl spinning around the pearl. Alludes to the words of Master Engo Kokugon, quoted in chapter 66, Shunju. A pearl spinning around a bowl and a bowl spinning around the pearl suggests a very vigorous situation in which subject and object are in mutual relation. Great. The Buddha Sun Moon Light. That's a great name. Jitsu Getsu Tomyo Butsu, from the Sanskrit Kandra Shura Pradipa Buddha. Right. The Buddha Sun Moon Light says, the truth that all Dharmas are real form has been preached for you all. Again, that's from the Lotus Sutra. Learning this expression in practice, we should realize that the Buddhist patriarchs have inevitably seen preaching the truth of real form as the one great matter. Buddhist patriarchs proclaim the truth of real form in each of the 18 spheres. Footnote, the 6 sense organs, the 6 objects of the 6 sense organs, and the 6 sense functions. Before their body-mind, after their body-mind, and at the very moment of their body-mind, they preach real form, nature, body, energy, and so on. Those who do not perfectly realize real form, who do not preach real form, who do not understand real form, and who do not transcend understanding of real form are not Buddhist patriarchs. They are bands of demons and animals. Shakyamuni Buddha says, the Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi of all bodhisattvas totally belongs to this sutra. This sutra opens the gate of expedient methods and reveals true, real form. All bodhisattvas means all Buddhas. Buddhas and bodhisattvas are not different species. They are without differences in maturity and without differences in excellence. This bodhisattva and that bodhisattva are not two people, as in they're in the same state. They are beyond self and others, and they are not personages of the past, present, and future. Rather, becoming Buddha is their Dharma behavior of practicing the bodhisattva way. They realize Buddha in their first establishment of the mind, and they realize Buddha in the state of fine reflection, the ultimate state of a bodhisattva, apparently, state of fine reflection. There are bodhisattvas who have become Buddha countless 100,000 myriad kotis of times. Those who say that after becoming Buddha, bodhisattvas cease practice and have nothing further to do are common men who have never known the truth of the Buddhist patriarchs. Those who have been called all bodhisattvas are the original ancestors of all Buddhas, and all Buddhas are the original masters of all bodhisattvas. This supreme bodhi of the Buddhas, whether they practice and experience it in the past, or practice and experience it in the present, or practice and experience it in the future, whether they practice and experience it in the moment before the body, or practice and experience it in the moment after the mind, is in every case in the beginning, middle, and end this sutra. The subject of belonging and the object of belonging are both this sutra. At this very moment, this sutra really experiences all bodhisattvas. The sutra is not sentient. The sutra is not insentient. The sutra is not the product of doing, and the sutra is not the product of non-doing. Even so, when it experiences Bodhi, experiences people, experiences real form, and experiences this sutra, it opens the gate of expedient methods. The gate of expedient methods is the supreme virtue of the Buddha's ultimate state. It is the Dharma abiding in the Dharma's place, and it is the form of the world abiding in constancy. Another quote from the Lotus Sutra. The gate of expedient methods is not a temporary artifice. It is the learning in practice of the whole universe in 10 directions, and it is learning in practice that exploits the real form of all dharmas. Although this gate of expedient methods is manifesting itself such that it covers the whole universe in 10 directions with the whole universe in 10 directions, those other than all bodhisattvas are not in its orbit. Seppo, that's Master Shoho-Jisso, successor of Master Tokuzan Senkan, says, "The whole earth is the gate of liberation, but people are not willing to enter even if they are dragged." So remember, even though the whole earth and the whole world is a gate, it is not left and entered easily, and the individuals who get out of it and get into it are not many. When people are dragged, they do not get in and do not get out. And when they are not dragged, they do not get in and do not get out. The progressive blunder and the passive falter. The progressive blunder and the passive falter. Great sentence. Going further, what can we say? If we take hold of the person and force it to leave or enter the gate becomes more and more distant. If we take hold of the gate and get it to enter the person, there are chances for departure and entry. Footnote, to get hold of the gate means to focus on practice itself. If we take hold of the gate and get it to enter the person, there are chances for departure and entry. Opening the gate of expedient methods means revealing true real form. The revealing of true real form covers the whole of time, and it is separated into moments of beginning, middle, and end. In opening the gate of expedient methods, the principle of momentary opening opens the gate of expedient methods through the whole universe in 10 directions. When, at this very moment, we glimpse the whole universe in 10 directions, the situation is one that we have never experienced before. By grasping the whole universe in 10 directions once and twice as a concept, and third and fourth time as a concrete thing, we cause it to open the gate of expedient methods. It may appear to follow from this that the universe in 10 directions is completely the same as the opening of the gate of expedient methods, but it seems to me that limitlessly abundant universes in 10 directions have borrowed a small fraction of the opening of the gate of expedient methods to use as their real features. Such elegance is entirely by virtue of belonging to the sutra. To reveal true, real form means to overhear the saying that all dharmas are real form spoken through the whole universe, and to realize the truth through the whole universe. It means making the truth that real form is all dharmas evident to the whole of humanity and making it manifest through the whole of the Dharma. In sum, the supreme truth of Bodhi of the 40 Buddhas and 40 Patriarchs totally belongs to this sutra. It belongs to this sutra, and this sutra belongs to it. The state in which a round cushion and a zazen board are the supreme truth of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi totally belongs to this sutra. Footnote on zazen board. This is the board used as a support in zazen when a practitioner is sitting for a long time and gets tired. The board is held close to the body with the chin resting on top of the board and the bottom of the board resting on the hands. Oh, so it sort of sits up like that and you put your chin on it. Traditionally, its length is 1 shaku and 7 or 8 sun, about 55 centimeters, and its width is 2 sun, 6 centimeters. Oh, so it's more like a long stick. Thickness of 3 or 4 bu, 1.2 centimeters. It has a hole cut out of the top. In some temples, the practitioner lays the board down on the zazen platform at right angles to the wall and uses the hole to make a reference point on the floor for the eyes. Right. The picking up of a flower and a face breaking into a smile and prostrations and attainment of the marrow both totally belong to this sutra. They are the belongings of this sutra. They open the gate of expedient methods and reveal true real form. Still quite a lot of this, isn't it? Yeah. Nevertheless, recent unreliable people in the great kingdom of Sung, not knowing a place to settle down and not seeing the place of treasure, treat the words real form as if they were empty elaboration. And so they go on to study the sayings of Lao Tzu and Chung Tzu, and they say that these are the same as the great truth of the Buddhist patriarchs. Just a footnote there, Lao Tzu, of course, the founder of Taoism, and Chung Tzu, over 100,000 words of Taoist philosophy were attributed to him. Furthermore, they say that the 3 teachings, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, may be of one conclusion, or they say that the 3 teachings are like the 3 legs on a tripod, which would overturn if one were missing. There is nothing to use as an example of the enormity of their foolishness. We should not concede that people in whom such words are present have ever listened to the Buddha Dharma. Why? Because the origin of the Buddha Dharma is India in the West. For 80 years in the world and for 50 years of preaching the Dharma, the Buddha did his utmost to educate human beings and gods. He transformed all living beings and caused them all to enter the Buddha's truth. Thereafter, the authentic transmission was received by the 28 patriarchs. We esteem this as the utmost, as the subtle and fine, and as the supremely venerable. All kinds of non-Buddhist and celestial demons were completely defeated. Unknown numbers of human beings and gods realized Buddha and became patriarchs, but they never said that because they had not investigated Confucianism and Taoism in China, the Buddha's truth was insufficient for them. If the 3 teachings are inevitably of one conclusion, then when the Buddha Dharma manifested itself, Confucianism and Taoism should have manifested themselves in India at the same time. But the Buddha's Dharma is that in the heavens and under the heavens, I alone am the honored one. We should think back to the events of that time. We should not make mistakes through forgetfulness. Talk of the 3 teachings reaching one conclusion is worth less than the babbling of little children. It is talk of people who are out to destroy the Buddha Dharma. People like this are very numerous. Some have manifested the purport of being the guiding teachers of human beings and gods, and some have become the masters of emperors and kings. It is the time of the degeneration of the Buddha Dharma in Great Sung, China. My late master, the eternal Buddha, strongly cautioned against this matter. Such people are the embryos of the two vehicles and non-Buddhists. Their kind has already passed 200 or 300 years without even knowing that real form might exist. They speak only of learning the right Dharma of the Buddhist patriarchs in order to depart from the cycle of life and death. Many of them do not know what it is to learn in practice the right Dharma of the Buddhist patriarchs. They believe that just to live in a temple is to emulate the ancients. It is pitiful that the truth of the ancient patriarchs has died out. Venerable patriarchs, in whom the truth is present, greatly regret it. We should not listen to the sayings spouted by people like those mentioned earlier. We should feel sorry for them. Zen Master Engo says, living and dying, coming and going is the real human body. Picking up this expression, we should know ourselves and should consider the Buddha Dharma. Chosa, that's Master Chosa Kaishin, successor of Master Nansen Fugen, says, the whole universe in the 10 directions is the real human body. The whole universe in the 10 directions is inside the brightness of the self. Lovely. Old veterans in all quarters of the great kingdom of Sung today generally do not even know that an expression like this is a truth to be learned. How much less could they actually learn it? If we quoted it to them, they would only go red in the face and be without words. Okay. Well, still quite a lot to this, but I think we'll have a go at finishing it tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Please take care.